Welcome to our audiobook series on Indian mythology. In Season 1, we will journey through the fascinating tales of the DASHAVATARA, the 10 avatars of Vishnu. These stories are full of adventure, heroism, and lessons that have been passed down through generations. From the fish that saved the world to the warrior prince who fought evil, each episode will bring a new and exciting story to life. Join us as we explore these timeless myths and discover the wisdom they hold. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any episodes, and stay tuned for Season 2, where even more incredible tales await.
Season 1, the DASHAVATARA, the 10 Avatars of Vishnu. Episode 1, Matsya, the Fish Savior. In a time long ago, when the world was a different place, there lived a king named Manu. He was no ordinary king. He was a man of goodness, always doing the right thing, always caring for his people and the creatures of the earth. One day, as the sun rose and painted the sky with colors of orange and pink, Manu went to the river to offer his prayers. The river was calm, and the water was clear as crystal. As he scooped water in his hands, he found a tiny fish swimming in his palm. It was the smallest fish Manu had ever seen, with shiny scales that glittered in the morning light. The little fish spoke to Manu. "Please protect me, kind king. I am small and the big fish will eat me if I go back to the river." Manu, with a heart as big as the ocean, could not say no. He took the fish home and placed it in a pot filled with water. But something miraculous happened. The fish began to grow. It grew so fast that Manu had to move it to a bigger pot, then to a tank, and then to a pond. The fish kept growing, and soon it was too big for the pond. Manu realized this was no ordinary fish, for it had grown as large as the pond itself. The fish then revealed its true form. It was Lord Vishnu, one of the great gods, who had taken the form of a fish. Vishnu told Manu about a great flood that would soon come and wash away all of life. But fear not, for Vishnu had a plan. He instructed Manu to build a huge boat, big enough to hold all kinds of seeds, animals, and 7 wise sages. Manu did as Vishnu instructed. He built the boat, gathered seeds of every plant, and called upon animals of every kind. The 7 sages, wise and learned, also came aboard. Then the skies turned dark, and the rain began to pour. It rained for days and nights, and the whole world was covered with water. But Manu's boat was safe. Vishnu, in his giant fish form, had a horn on his head, and to this horn, Manu tied the boat. Vishnu swam through the endless ocean, pulling the boat to safety. For many days and nights, Vishnu swam, and the boat followed. Inside, Manu cared for the seeds and animals, and the sages kept the knowledge of the world alive with their stories and teachings. Finally, when the rain stopped and the waters began to recede, Vishnu led the boat to a new land, a place where life could begin anew. Manu, with the seeds and animals, started the world again. The plants grew, the animals roamed free, and the wisdom of the sages spread far and wide. And so, thanks to Matsya, the fish savior, life was saved from the great deluge. Manu became the father of a new world, and Vishnu's first avatar had completed its divine mission. This simple tale of Matsya teaches us about hope, about caring for all living beings, and about starting anew. It's a story of how even the smallest can be the greatest, and how kindness can save the world. Episode 2, Kurma, the Cosmic Tortoise. Introduction. In this episode, we delve into the tale of Kurma, the second avatar of Lord Vishnu. Kurma, the Cosmic Tortoise, plays a crucial role in one of the most fascinating and significant events in Indian mythology, the churning of the ocean, or Samudra Manthan. This story highlights themes of cooperation, perseverance, and divine intervention. The gods and demons unite. Once upon a time, in the ancient days of the universe, there was a great problem. The gods, or Devas, had lost their strength and power. The demons, or Asuras, had become very strong and were causing chaos everywhere. The Devas needed a plan to regain their power and bring balance back to the world. The plan to churn the ocean. The wise sage Narada suggested that the Devas should churn the ocean of milk, known as the Ksirasagara, to obtain the nectar of immortality, called Amrita. This nectar would make them strong and immortal. But the task was enormous and difficult. To churn the vast ocean, they needed a giant mountain as the churning rod and a massive snake as the rope. Mount Mandara was chosen as the churning rod, and the serpent king Vasuki agreed to be the rope. However, there was one more problem. The Devas could not do it alone. They needed the help of the Asuras. A temporary truce was made, and the Devas and Asuras agreed to work together to churn the ocean and share the nectar. The churning begins. With great effort, the Devas and Asuras lifted Mount Mandara and brought it to the ocean. Vasuki, the giant serpent, coiled around the mountain, ready to act as the churning rope. The Devas held the tail of Vasuki, and the Asuras held the head. Together, they started to pull the snake back and forth, churning the ocean. The mountain sinks. As they churned, a new problem arose. Mount Mandara, which was being used as the churning rod, started to sink into the soft ocean bed. The Devas and Asuras were disheartened. They needed something to support the mountain and keep it from sinking. The appearance of Kurma. At this critical moment, Lord Vishnu decided to intervene. He took the form of Kurma, the cosmic tortoise, and dived into the ocean. Kurma had a massive, sturdy shell, and he placed himself under Mount Mandara, supporting it on his back. This allowed the churning to continue without the mountain sinking. The churning process. With Kurma's support, the Devas and Asuras resumed their task with renewed vigor. They pulled Vasuki back and forth, and the ocean began to churn more vigorously. Many wonders and treasures emerged from the depths of the ocean. Among them were the divine cow Kamadhenu, the wish-fulfilling tree Kalpavriksha, and the beautiful goddess of wealth, Lakshmi. The poison. As the churning continued, a terrible poison called Halahala surfaced. This poison was so deadly that it threatened to destroy all of creation. The Devas and Asuras were terrified and did not know what to do. They prayed to Lord Shiva for help. Lord Shiva, in his infinite compassion, decided to drink the poison to save the world. His consort, Goddess Parvati, stopped the poison in his throat, turning it blue. This is why Lord Shiva is also known as Nilkant, the blue-throated one. The crisis was averted, and the churning continued. The nectar of immortality. Finally, after much effort, the nectar of immortality, Amrita, emerged from the ocean. The Devas and Asuras both wanted to claim it. A fierce battle ensued, but Lord Vishnu, in the form of the enchanting Mohini, cleverly distributed the nectar only to the Devas, ensuring their strength and power were restored. Kurma's role in balance. Throughout this great event, Kurma, the cosmic tortoise, remained steadfast, holding Mount Mandara on his back. His unwavering support ensured that the churning of the ocean could proceed smoothly. Kurma's role symbolizes the importance of a strong foundation and support system in any great endeavor. Conclusion. The tale of Kurma, the cosmic tortoise, teaches us valuable lessons about cooperation, perseverance, and the need for divine guidance in overcoming challenges. Kurma's steadfastness and support were crucial in the churning of the ocean, leading to the restoration of balance and harmony in the universe. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Varaha, the mighty boar who rescued the earth from the depths of the cosmic ocean. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 3, Varaha, the Boar of Benevolence. Introduction. In this episode, we explore the tale of Varaha, the third avatar of Lord Vishnu. Varaha, the mighty boar, rescues Earth from the depths of the cosmic ocean and defeats the powerful demon Hiranyaksha. This story is a timeless tale of bravery, devotion, and the triumph of good over evil. The birth of Hiranyaksha. Long ago, in the world of gods and demons, there was a mighty sage named Kashyapa. He had two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, born to his wife Dithi. These sons were strong and powerful, but they were also very wicked and caused a lot of trouble. Hiranyaksha, the younger son, was especially fierce. He was strong, tall, and had the strength of 1,000 elephants. He terrorized the heavens and the earth, spreading fear wherever he went. He wanted to become the ruler of all the worlds and was determined to defeat the gods. The earth sinks. In his quest for power, Hiranyaksha performed severe penances and pleased Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe. As a boon, Hiranyaksha asked for immense strength and invincibility. Empowered by this boon, he began his reign of terror. Hiranyaksha was so powerful that he pushed Earth, also known as Bhumi Devi, into the depths of the cosmic ocean. The Earth, submerged under the ocean, became uninhabitable. The gods were distressed and appealed to Lord Vishnu for help. The appearance of Varaha, Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, decided to take the form of a boar to rescue the earth. He transformed into Varaha, a gigantic boar with tusks as sharp as swords and a body as strong as a mountain. This divine boar emerged from the cosmic ocean, roaring loudly, ready to save Earth and defeat the demon Hiranyaksha. The battle with Hiranyaksha. As Varaha dived into the ocean, he saw Bhumi Devi sinking deeper and deeper. He gently lifted her on his powerful tusks, bringing her to the surface. But Hiranyaksha, furious at seeing his plans thwarted, challenged Varaha to a fight. A fierce battle ensued between Varaha and Hiranyaksha. The ocean roared, the skies darkened, and the earth trembled. Hiranyaksha attacked Varaha with all his might, using his immense strength and various weapons. But Varaha, with his divine power and determination, fought back fiercely. The triumph of Varaha. The battle raged on for a long time. The gods and sages watched anxiously, praying for Varaha's victory. With each passing moment, Varaha's resolve grew stronger. Finally, using his sharp tusks and mighty strength, Varaha struck down Hiranyaksha. The demon fell, defeated, and peace was restored. Varaha, the boar of benevolence, had triumphed over evil. He gently placed Bhumi Devi back in her rightful place in the universe, ensuring that life could flourish once again. The gods and sages rejoiced, praising Varaha for his bravery and devotion. Bhumi Devi's gratitude. Bhumi Devi, the personification of earth, was deeply grateful to Varaha. She bowed before him, expressing her heartfelt thanks for rescuing her from the depths of the ocean. Varaha blessed Bhumi Devi, assuring her that he would always protect her and all living beings on earth. Varaha's lesson. The story of Varaha teaches us important lessons about courage, determination, and the protection of nature. It shows us that even in the face of great adversity, good will ultimately prevail over evil. Varaha's act of lifting the earth from the ocean symbolizes the importance of preserving and nurturing our planet. Conclusion. The tale of Varaha, the boar of benevolence, is a shining example of the power of good and the importance of protecting our world. His victory over Hiranyaksha reminds us that with courage and devotion, we can overcome any challenge. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Narasimha, the fierce half-man, half-lion avatar of Vishnu, who appears to protect his devotee Prahlada from the tyranny of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha's brother. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 4, Narasimha, the Fierce Protector. Introduction. In this episode, we explore the tale of Narasimha, the fourth avatar of Lord Vishnu. Narasimha, the fierce half-man, half-lion, defeats the tyrant Hiranyakashipu to protect his devotee Prahlada. This story is a powerful example of devotion, faith, and the triumph of good over evil. The birth of Hiranyakashipu. Long ago, in the world of gods and demons, there was a mighty sage named Kashyapa. He had two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, born to his wife Dithi. While Hiranyaksha was defeated by Varaha, his elder brother Hiranyakashipu became even more vengeful and sought to conquer the universe. Hiranyakashipu's quest for power. Hiranyakashipu performed severe penances and austerities to please Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe. Pleased with his devotion, Brahma appeared before him and granted him a boon. Hiranyakashipu asked for immortality, but Brahma, bound by the laws of creation, could not grant it. Instead, Hiranyakashipu asked for a series of conditions. He could not be killed by man or animal, inside or outside, during the day or night, on earth or in the sky, with any weapon, and by any deity or demon. Brahma granted these conditions, making Hiranyakashipu feel invincible. Empowered by the boon, he began to terrorize the three worlds, declaring himself the supreme ruler and demanding that everyone worship him instead of the gods. The birth of Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu had a son named Prahlada. Unlike his father, Prahlada was a devout follower of Lord Vishnu. From a young age, Prahlada showed unwavering faith and devotion to Vishnu, much to his father's dismay. Hiranyakashipu tried to teach Prahlada to worship him, but the young boy remained steadfast in his devotion to Vishnu. Prahlada's trials. Hiranyakashipu became furious with Prahlada's devotion to Vishnu. He could not tolerate his son's disobedience and decided to punish him severely. He subjected Prahlada to various cruel tortures in an attempt to break his faith, but each time, Vishnu protected him. 1. Thrown from a cliff. Hiranyakashipu ordered his soldiers to throw Prahlada from a high cliff, but Vishnu saved him, and Prahlada landed safely. 2. Elephant trampling. Hiranyakashipu had Prahlada trampled by wild elephants, but Vishnu's power protected him, and he remained unharmed. 3. Poisoning. Hiranyakashipu tried to poison Prahlada, but the poison turned into nectar, and Prahlada was unaffected. 4. Fire. Hiranyakashipu's sister, Holika, who was immune to fire, tried to burn Prahlada by sitting with him in a blazing fire. But Vishnu's protection saved Prahlada, and Holika was burned instead. Despite these repeated attempts, Prahlada's faith in Vishnu remained unshaken. His devotion only grew stronger, and he continued to chant the name of Vishnu. The appearance of Narasimha. Enraged and frustrated, Hiranyakashipu finally confronted Prahlada himself. He demanded to know where Prahlada got his strength and who protected him. Prahlada calmly replied that Vishnu was everywhere and in everything. In a fit of rage, Hiranyakashipu pointed to a nearby pillar and asked if Vishnu was in it. Prahlada affirmed that Vishnu was indeed present in the pillar. Enraged, Hiranyakashipu struck the pillar with his mace. To his astonishment, the pillar shattered, and from it emerged Narasimha, the fierce half-man, half-lion avatar of Vishnu. The defeat of Hiranyakashipu. Narasimha was a terrifying sight, with the body of a man and the head and claws of a lion. He roared with a thunderous sound that shook the universe. Hiranyakashipu, though powerful, was no match for Narasimha. The conditions of Hiranyakashipu's boon were cleverly circumvented by Narasimha. 1. Neither man nor animal. Narasimha was neither fully man nor fully animal. 2. Neither inside nor outside. He dragged Hiranyakashipu to the threshold of a courtyard, which was neither inside the palace nor outside. 3. Neither day nor night. It was twilight, a time that was neither day nor night. 4. Neither on earth nor in the sky. Narasimha placed Hiranyakashipu on his lap, which was neither on earth nor in the sky. 5. Neither by any weapon. Narasimha used his sharp claws to tear apart Hiranyakashipu, which were neither weapons nor tools. 6. Neither by deity nor demon. Narasimha, being an incarnation of Vishnu, was neither a god nor a demon in the conventional sense. With his powerful claws, Narasimha ripped open Hiranyakashipu's chest, ending his reign of terror and restoring balance to the universe. Prahlada's devotion. After defeating Hiranyakashipu, Narasimha turned to Prahlada. Despite Narasimha's fierce appearance, Prahlada approached him with calm and reverence. Narasimha's anger subsided, and he blessed Prahlada, praising his unwavering devotion and faith. Narasimha's lesson. The story of Narasimha teaches us the power of faith and devotion. It shows that true devotion to the divine can overcome even the greatest of evils. Narasimha's fierce protection of Prahlada symbolizes the divine's unwavering support for those who are sincere in their faith. Conclusion. The tale of Narasimha, the fierce protector, is a profound lesson in devotion, faith, and the triumph of good over evil. His victory over Hiranyakashipu and protection of Prahlada are timeless examples of divine justice and mercy. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Vamana, the dwarf avatar of Vishnu, who takes on the demon king Bali to restore balance and justice. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 5, Vamana, the Dwarf's Triumph. In this episode, we delve into the story of Vamana, the fifth avatar of Lord Vishnu. Vamana, the dwarf, teaches the arrogant King Bali a lesson in humility. This tale is a beautiful example of wisdom, humility, and the power of divine intervention. The rise of King Bali. Long ago, in the ancient times, there was a powerful and generous king named Bali. He was the grandson of Prahlada, the devoted follower of Vishnu. Bali was a great ruler, known for his kindness and generosity. However, as he grew more powerful, his pride and ambition also grew. Bali performed a great penance to please Lord Brahma. Pleased with his devotion, Brahma granted Bali a boon, making him invincible and giving him immense strength. Empowered by this boon, Bali conquered the three worlds, the heavens, the earth, and the netherworld. He defeated Indra, the king of gods, and took control of the heavens. The gods, led by Indra, were forced to leave their celestial abode and wander in despair. The concern of the gods. The gods, troubled by Bali's growing arrogance and power, approached Lord Vishnu for help. They knew that only Vishnu could restore balance to the universe. Vishnu, ever compassionate and wise, decided to take a humble form to teach Bali a lesson in humility and to restore order in the cosmos. The birth of Vamana. Lord Vishnu took birth as Vamana, a dwarf Brahmin, in the household of sage Kashyapa and his wife Aditi. Despite his small stature, Vamana had a radiant and divine presence. As a young boy, Vamana grew up to be wise and knowledgeable, filled with the wisdom of the Vedas and the grace of the divine. Vamana's request. One day, King Bali decided to perform a grand yajna, sacrifice, to declare his supremacy and to gain more power. He invited sages, gods, and demons to his sacrificial ceremony, offering them gifts and seeking their blessings. During this grand ceremony, Vamana, the dwarf Brahmin, appeared before Bali. King Bali, known for his generosity, welcomed Vamana and asked him what he desired. Vamana, with his humble demeanor, requested 3 paces of land, measured by his small steps. Bali, amused by the small request, agreed immediately, despite the warnings of his wise advisor, Shukrakarya, who sensed that Vamana was no ordinary Brahmin. The transformation. As soon as Bali agreed, Vamana began to grow in size. He transformed into a gigantic form that filled the entire universe. This divine form of Vamana is known as Trivikrama. With his first step, he covered the entire earth. With his second step, he covered the heavens. There was no place left for the third step. King Bali, realizing that Vamana was none other than Lord Vishnu, humbly bowed before him. He offered his own head as the place for the third step, accepting his defeat with grace and humility. The lesson in humility. Vamana placed his third step on Bali's head, pushing him down to the netherworld, also known as Padala. However, Vishnu, pleased with Bali's humility and devotion, granted him a boon. He allowed Bali to return to earth once a year to meet his people and to rule the netherworld with righteousness. This act of humility by King Bali transformed him into a revered figure, symbolizing the power of humility and devotion. The festival of Onam, celebrated in Kerala, commemorates the annual visit of King Bali to his people. Vamana's blessing. After restoring order and balance in the universe, Vamana blessed Bali for his humility and devotion. He assured Bali that he would always be remembered and honored. Bali's arrogance was replaced by humility, and he became a beloved and righteous ruler of the netherworld. Vamana's lesson. The story of Vamana teaches us the importance of humility and the dangers of arrogance. It shows that true greatness lies not in power and conquest but in humility and devotion. Vamana's act of requesting 3 paces of land and then expanding to cover the universe symbolizes the infinite nature of the divine and the smallness of human pride. Conclusion. The tale of Vamana, the dwarf's triumph, is a profound lesson in humility and the power of divine wisdom. His victory over King Bali's arrogance and the restoration of cosmic balance are timeless examples of the virtues of humility and devotion. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Parashurama, the warrior sage who wielded the axe to protect Dharma. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 6, Parashurama, the warrior sage. In this episode, we explore the tale of Parashurama, the 6th avatar of Lord Vishnu. Parashurama, the warrior sage, embarks on a quest to rid the world of corrupt kshatriyas, warriors. This story highlights themes of justice, duty, and the balance of power. The birth of Parashurama. Long ago, in the ancient times, there lived a great sage named Jamadagni and his wife, Renuka. They belonged to the Brahmin caste, known for their wisdom and learning. They were blessed with 5 sons, the youngest of whom was named Rama. Because of his mighty deeds, he came to be known as Parashurama, which means Rama with the axe. Parashurama was a unique blend of a sage's wisdom and a warrior's valor. From a young age, he showed immense strength, determination, and a deep sense of justice. He learned the art of warfare from Lord Shiva himself, who gifted him a powerful axe, the Parashu, which became his signature weapon. The corruption of the Kshatriyas. In those times, the Kshatriyas, who were supposed to protect and uphold Dharma, righteousness, had become corrupt and tyrannical. They misused their power, oppressed the weak, and indulged in acts of cruelty and injustice. The world was in turmoil, and the people suffered greatly under their rule. King Kartavirya Arjuna, a powerful and arrogant Kshatriya, was one of the worst oppressors. He had 1,000 arms and was invincible, thanks to a boon from Lord Dattatreya. Kartavirya Arjuna ruled with an iron fist, spreading fear and tyranny across the land. The injustice to Jamadagni. One day, King Kartavirya Arjuna visited the ashram of sage Jamadagni. The sage, known for his hospitality, welcomed the king and his entourage with great respect. Using his divine cow, Kamadhenu, Jamadagni provided a grand feast for the king and his soldiers. However, the king, seeing the miraculous cow, demanded it for himself. Jamadagni refused, explaining that Kamadhenu was essential for his rituals and hospitality. Enraged, Kartavirya Arjuna seized the cow by force and left the ashram. This act of arrogance and injustice deeply angered Parashurama. Parashurama's vow. When Parashurama returned to the ashram and learned of the injustice done to his father, he was furious. He vowed to rid the world of corrupt kshatriyas and restore Dharma. Parashurama's vow was not out of personal vendetta but was driven by a deep sense of justice and the need to uphold righteousness. The battle with Kartavirya Arjuna. Parashurama set out to confront Kartavirya Arjuna. Armed with his divine axe and the blessings of Lord Shiva, he challenged the king to a battle. Kartavirya Arjuna, with his 1,000 arms and immense strength, underestimated Parashurama. A fierce battle ensued. Parashurama fought with unparalleled skill and valor. Despite the king's multiple arms and powerful weapons, Parashurama's divine strength and determination were unmatched. He defeated Kartavirya Arjuna, killing him and restoring Kamadhenu to his father's ashram. The Kshatriya Purge. Parashurama's quest did not end with Kartavirya Arjuna's defeat. He saw that the corruption among the Kshatriyas was widespread. To restore balance and justice, he embarked on a mission to rid the world of these corrupt rulers. Parashurama traveled across the land, challenging and defeating many tyrannical kings and warriors. It is said that he circled the earth 21 times, ridding it of the corrupt Kshatriyas. His actions were not driven by hatred but by a deep sense of duty to restore Dharma and protect the innocent. The balance restored. After his mission was complete, Parashurama performed a great yajna sacrifice to cleanse himself of the violence he had committed. He donated the lands he had conquered to the sages and retired to a life of meditation and teaching. Parashurama's actions restored balance and justice in the world. The Kshatriyas who remained learned to respect their duties and uphold Dharma. Parashurama's life became a symbol of the power of righteousness and the importance of duty and justice. Parashurama's legacy. Parashurama's story is a powerful lesson in the balance of power and the importance of righteousness. His actions remind us that power and strength must be used responsibly, and that it is the duty of those in power to protect and serve their people. Parashurama's legacy continued through his disciples and teachings. He is revered as a sage and warrior, embodying the principles of Dharma and justice. His story inspires us to stand against injustice and to uphold the values of righteousness and duty. Conclusion. The tale of Parashurama, the warrior sage, is a profound lesson in justice, duty, and the balance of power. His quest to rid the world of corrupt Kshatriyas and restore Dharma is a timeless example of the power of righteousness. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, who embodies the ideals of virtue and righteousness. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 7, Rama, the Prince of Dharma. In this episode, we dive into the epic tale of Rama, the seventh avatar of Lord Vishnu. Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, is the embodiment of Dharma, righteousness. His journey from exile to the defeat of the demon king Ravana is one of the most cherished stories in Indian mythology, teaching us about virtue, duty, and the triumph of good over evil. The birth of Rama. Long ago, in the ancient city of Ayodhya, ruled a wise and just king named Dashratha. He had 3 queens, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, but he had no children. After performing a grand sacrifice, he was blessed with 4 sons: Rama, born to Kausalya; Bharata, born to Kaikeyi; and the twins, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, born to Sumitra. Rama, the eldest, was a paragon of virtue, known for his wisdom, strength, and unwavering adherence to Dharma. Rama and Sita. As Rama grew, he became the pride of Ayodhya. His fame spread far and wide. In the kingdom of Mithila, King Janaka held a Swayamvara, a ceremony where a bride chooses her groom. For his daughter Sita, a princess known for her beauty and virtue, the challenge was to string a mighty bow of Lord Shiva, a task that only a true hero could accomplish. Many princes failed, but Rama, with his divine strength and grace, easily lifted and strung the bow, winning Sita's hand in marriage. Exile to the forest. King Dashratha, growing old, decided to crown Rama as his successor. However, Kaikeyi, influenced by her maid Manthara, reminded Dashratha of the 2 boons he had promised her long ago. She demanded that her son Bharata be made king and that Rama be exiled to the forest for 14 years. Bound by his promise, the heartbroken Dashratha agreed. Rama, ever dutiful and righteous, accepted his father's decision without protest. Sita, his devoted wife, and Lakshmana, his loyal brother, insisted on accompanying him. The trio set out to the forest, leaving behind the luxuries of the palace for a life of simplicity and hardship. Life in the forest. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana traveled deep into the forests, living an austere life. They encountered sages, demons, and various challenges. Rama's valor and adherence to Dharma remained steadfast, protecting the sages and the innocent from harm. The abduction of Sita. Their peaceful life was shattered when the demoness Shurpanakha, the sister of the powerful demon king Ravana, tried to seduce Rama. When Rama refused, she attacked Sita in jealousy, prompting Lakshmana to cut off her nose and ears. Enraged, Shurpanakha went to her brother Ravana, seeking revenge. Ravana, the 10-headed demon king of Lanka, devised a plan to abduct Sita. He sent his uncle Maricha, who disguised himself as a golden deer to lure Rama away from their hut. Sita, enchanted by the golden deer, asked Rama to capture it. Rama pursued the deer, leaving Lakshmana to protect Sita. As Rama killed the deer, Maricha, in his dying breath, mimicked Rama's voice, calling out for help. Distressed, Sita urged Lakshmana to go help Rama. Reluctantly, Lakshmana drew a protective line, the Lakshmana Rekha, around the hut and instructed Sita not to step outside it. Ravana, disguised as a mendicant, approached Sita and, taking advantage of her compassion, tricked her into crossing the line. As soon as she did, he abducted her and took her to Lanka. Rama's quest to rescue Sita. Upon returning and discovering Sita missing, Rama was heartbroken. He and Lakshmana began their quest to find her. Along their journey, they met Hanuman, a devoted follower of the monkey king Sugriva. Hanuman and his army of monkeys pledged to help Rama. Hanuman, with his extraordinary powers, leapt across the ocean to Lanka, where he found Sita in the Ashoka Grove, guarded by ravenous demons. He assured her that Rama would come to rescue her and return to inform Rama of her whereabouts. The Battle of Lanka. Rama, with the help of Sugriva's army, built a bridge across the ocean to Lanka. A fierce battle ensued between Rama's army and Ravana's forces. Many great warriors fought valiantly, but none could match the prowess of Rama and his allies. Ravana's brother, Vibhishana, who was righteous and just, joined Rama's side, providing valuable guidance. One by one, Ravana's mighty warriors fell, including his son Indrajit and his brother Kumbhakarna. Finally, Rama confronted Ravana in a colossal battle. Using the divine weapon given to him by the gods, Rama defeated Ravana, ending his reign of terror. The return to Ayodhya. With Ravana defeated, Rama and Sita were reunited. Rama's victory symbolized the triumph of good over evil. They returned to Ayodhya after the completion of the 14 years of exile. Bharata, who had ruled in Rama's absence, returned the kingdom to him. The people of Ayodhya celebrated their return with great joy, lighting lamps to welcome them home. This event is celebrated as Diwali, the festival of lights. Rama's rule and legacy. Rama's reign, known as Rama Rajya, was a period of peace, prosperity, and justice. He ruled with wisdom and compassion, ensuring the welfare of all his subjects. His life and deeds became a beacon of Dharma, inspiring generations to come. Rama's story, as told in the epic Ramayana, teaches us the values of righteousness, duty, loyalty, and the power of good to triumph over evil. His unwavering adherence to Dharma, even in the face of immense challenges, serves as a timeless lesson for all. Conclusion. The tale of Rama, the Prince of Dharma, is a profound journey of virtue, duty, and the eternal battle between good and evil. His epic journey from exile to the defeat of Ravana and the restoration of Dharma is a timeless story that continues to inspire and teach valuable life lessons. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Krishna, the divine statesman and the charioteer of Arjuna, whose life and teachings have shaped the course of history and spirituality. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 8, Krishna, the Divine Strategist. In this episode, we explore the multifaceted life of Krishna, the 8th avatar of Lord Vishnu. From his mischievous childhood to his pivotal role in the Mahabharata, Krishna's story is rich with lessons in love, wisdom, and the intricate dance of fate and free will. The birth of Krishna. Long ago, in the city of Mathura, ruled a wicked king named Kamsa. He imprisoned his sister Devki and her husband Vasudeva because of a prophecy that her 8th child would be his downfall. Despite his efforts to prevent it, the divine child Krishna was born. To protect him from Kamsa, Vasudeva carried the newborn Krishna across the Yamuna River to the village of Gokul, where he was raised by Nanda and Yashoda. Krishna's mischievous childhood. In Gokul, Krishna grew up among cowherds. His childhood was full of mischief and miracles. He would steal butter, play pranks on the villagers, and yet his charm made him beloved by all. His playful antics, like stealing butter and teasing the village girls, earned him the nickname Makhan Chor, butter thief. Despite his playful nature, Krishna also displayed divine powers. He protected the villagers from various dangers, such as when he lifted the Govardhan hill to shelter them from torrential rains sent by Indra, the king of the gods. This act taught the villagers to worship nature and the divine within it, rather than merely fearing the gods. Krishna and the serpent Kaliya. One of the most famous episodes from Krishna's childhood is his encounter with the serpent Kaliya. Kaliya had poisoned the Yamuna River, endangering the lives of the villagers. Fearless, Krishna leapt into the river and subdued the serpent, dancing on its many hoods. This act of bravery and divine power not only purified the river but also established Krishna as the protector of his people. Krishna's youth and the gopis. As Krishna grew, his charm and divine presence captivated everyone, especially the gopis, cowherd girls, of Vrindavan. The Ras Leela, the divine dance with the gopis, is a beautiful expression of pure love and devotion. Among the gopis, Radha held a special place in Krishna's heart. Their love symbolizes the eternal bond between the individual soul and the divine. Return to Mathura and defeat of Kamsa. When Krishna learned of his true heritage and the suffering of his birth parents, he returned to Mathura. Along with his brother Balrama, Krishna defeated Kamsa, liberating his parents and the people of Mathura from the tyrant's rule. This marked the beginning of Krishna's role as a divine strategist and protector of Dharma. Krishna in Dwarka. After Kamsa's defeat, Krishna moved to Dwarka, a magnificent city he built on the western coast of India. Here, he played a key role in various events, guiding and protecting his people. His wisdom and strength made him a revered leader. Krishna and the Mahabharata. Krishna's most significant role came during the events of the Mahabharata, an epic tale of duty, righteousness, and the struggle between good and evil. 1. Friendship with the Pandavas. Krishna was a close friend and ally of the Pandavas, especially Arjuna. He played a crucial role in their lives, offering guidance and support during their trials and tribulations. 2. The game of dice. When the Pandavas lost their kingdom and freedom in a deceitful game of dice against the Kauravas, Krishna offered them solace and support. He assured them that Dharma would eventually triumph. 3. The role of a charioteer. During the great battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna became the charioteer for Arjuna. His role was not just that of a charioteer but also a spiritual guide. 4. The Bhagavad Gita. On the battlefield, Arjuna was filled with doubt and moral confusion about fighting against his own kin. Krishna delivered the Bhagavad Gita, a sacred discourse on duty, righteousness, and the nature of life and death. The teachings of the Gita have since been a source of spiritual wisdom and guidance. The end of the Battle of Kurukshetra, was fierce and devastating. With Krishna's strategic brilliance and divine support, the Pandavas emerged victorious. The defeat of the Kauravas marked the triumph of Dharma over Adharma, unrighteousness. Krishna's later life and legacy. After the war, Krishna continued to guide and protect his people. However, his time on earth was drawing to a close. A hunter, mistaking his foot for a deer, shot him with an arrow. Accepting his fate with grace, Krishna departed from this world, marking the end of his divine play. Krishna's life and teachings left an indelible mark on the world. He is revered as a god of love, wisdom, and compassion. His life stories, from his playful childhood to his profound teachings in the Bhagavad Gita, continue to inspire and guide people across the world. Krishna's teachings. Krishna's life is a testament to the power of love, duty, and the divine play of life. His teachings in the Bhagavad Gita emphasize the importance of performing one's duty without attachment to the results, the immortality of the soul, and the need for devotion and surrender to the divine. Conclusion. The tale of Krishna, the divine strategist, is a rich tapestry of love, wisdom, and divine intervention. His journey from a mischievous child to the wise charioteer of Arjuna encapsulates the essence of Dharma and the eternal dance of life. Krishna's life and teachings continue to illuminate the path of righteousness and devotion. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Buddha, the Enlightened One, who brought the message of peace, compassion, and the middle path to the world. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 9, Buddha, the Enlightened One. In this episode, we explore the journey of Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. His story is a profound tale of seeking truth, attaining enlightenment, and spreading the message of compassion and wisdom to the world. The birth of Siddhartha Gautama. Long ago, in the kingdom of Kapilavastu, located at the foothills of the Himalayas, King Suddhodana and Queen Maya had a son. One night, Queen Maya had a dream of a white elephant entering her womb, symbolizing the birth of a great being. In 563 BCE, Siddhartha Gautama was born. It is said that at his birth, sages predicted he would either become a great king or a spiritual leader who would guide the world. The palace life. King Suddhodana wanted Siddhartha to become a great king. He ensured that his son was surrounded by luxury and shielded from any form of suffering. Siddhartha grew up in opulence, trained in the arts of warfare, statecraft, and learning. Despite the comforts, a sense of curiosity and a quest for deeper understanding grew within him. The foresights. At the age of 29, Siddhartha's life changed forever when he ventured outside the palace. On 4 separate occasions, he witnessed the realities of life that were hidden from him. 1. An old man. Siddhartha saw an old man, weak and frail. He learned that aging was a fate that awaited everyone. 2. A sick man. He saw a man suffering from disease, realizing that illness was a part of life. 3. A corpse. He saw a dead body being carried to the cremation ground, understanding that death was inevitable. 4. A holy man. He saw an ascetic who had renounced the world in search of truth, and this sight inspired him to seek a higher purpose beyond the palace walls. The Great Renunciation. Disturbed by the suffering he had seen and driven by a desire to understand the truth of existence, Siddhartha decided to leave the palace. One night, while his wife Yasodhara and newborn son Rahula slept, Siddhartha silently left the palace, renouncing his royal life to become a wandering ascetic. The search for enlightenment. Siddhartha sought out many teachers and practiced severe austerities, hoping to find the truth through self-mortification. For 6 years, he pushed his body to the brink of death, but enlightenment eluded him. Realizing that neither indulgence nor extreme asceticism could lead to liberation, he chose a middle path, balancing his body and mind. The Enlightenment. One day, Siddhartha sat under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, vowing not to rise until he had found the truth. He meditated deeply, facing and overcoming the temptations and distractions sent by Mara, the demon of illusion. After 49 days of intense meditation, Siddhartha attained enlightenment. He realized the 4 noble truths and the Eightfold Path, which would become the foundation of his teachings. The 4 noble truths. 1. The truth of suffering. Dukkha life is filled with suffering and dissatisfaction. 2. The truth of the cause of suffering. Samadaya suffering is caused by desire and attachment. 3. The truth of the end of suffering. Naroda, it is possible to end suffering by eliminating desire and attachment. 4. The truth of the path to end suffering. Magga, the path to the end of suffering is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path. 1. Right understanding. Understanding the nature of reality and the path to liberation. 2. Right intent. Commitment to ethical and mental self-improvement. 3. Right speech. Speaking truthfully and avoiding harmful speech. 4. Right action. Acting in ways that do not harm others and are morally upright. 5. Right livelihood. Earning a living in a way that does not harm others. 6. Right effort. Cultivating positive states of mind and removing negative states. 7. Right mindfulness. Developing awareness of the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. 8. Right concentration. Developing the mental focus necessary for meditation. The first sermon. After his enlightenment, Buddha traveled to Sarnath, where he gave his first sermon to 5 ascetics who had once been his companions. This sermon, known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, set in motion the wheel of Dharma. He explained the 4 noble truths and the Eightfold Path, establishing the core principles of Buddhism. Spreading the teachings. For the next 45 years, Buddha traveled across northern India, spreading his teachings to people of all walks of life. He established the Sangha, a community of monks and nuns who followed his path and helped spread his message. His teachings attracted kings, scholars, and common people alike. Key teachings and miracles. 1. Compassion and nonviolence. Buddha emphasized compassion, karuna, and nonviolence, ahimsa, towards all living beings. 2. Mindfulness and meditation. He taught the importance of mindfulness, sati, and meditation, samadhi, for developing insight and wisdom. 3. Equality and social reform. Buddha challenged the social norms of his time, advocating for the equality of all people regardless of caste or gender. 4. Miracles. Numerous miracles are attributed to Buddha, such as calming a raging elephant, taming a deadly serpent, and performing acts of levitation. These miracles demonstrated his spiritual power and deep understanding of nature. The passing of Buddha. At the age of 80, Buddha sensed that his time on earth was coming to an end. He gave his final teachings to his disciples, emphasizing the impermanence of all things and the importance of diligently pursuing the path of enlightenment. In Kushinagar, lying between 2 sal trees, Buddha entered parinirvana, the final passing into nirvana beyond the cycle of birth and death. The legacy of Buddha. Buddha's teachings, known as the Dharma, continued to spread after his passing. His disciples compiled his teachings into the Tripitaka, the 3 baskets of wisdom. Buddhism spread across Asia, profoundly influencing cultures, societies, and spiritual traditions. Conclusion. The journey of Siddhartha Gautama to becoming the Buddha, the Enlightened One, is a story of profound spiritual quest and discovery. His teachings on the nature of suffering, the path to enlightenment, and the practice of compassion and mindfulness have illuminated the lives of millions. In the next episode, we will explore the story of Kalki, the prophesied future avatar of Vishnu, who is yet to come. Join us as we continue our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat. Episode 10, Kalki, the Future Savior. In this final episode, we explore the prophecy of Kalki, the 10th avatar of Lord Vishnu. Unlike the previous avatars who have already graced the earth, Kalki is yet to appear. His arrival is foretold to end the Kali Yuga, the current age of darkness and moral decline, and to restore Dharma, righteousness, to the world. This tale of Kalki serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the eventual triumph of good over evil. The Kali Yuga. According to Hindu cosmology, time is divided into 4 ages or yugas: Satya Yuga, the age of truth; Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Each yuga sees a gradual decline in righteousness and moral values. The Kali Yuga, the 4th and current age, is characterized by strife, corruption, greed, and the erosion of Dharma. It is a time when virtues are rare, and humanity faces great suffering due to its moral decay. The prophecy of Kalki. Ancient texts like the Puranas and the Mahabharata describe the prophecy of Kalki, the 10th and final avatar of Vishnu. It is said that Kalki will appear at the end of the Kali Yuga, riding a white horse and wielding a shining sword, to eradicate evil and restore righteousness. His arrival will mark the end of the age of darkness and the beginning of a new golden age, the Satya Yuga. The birth of Kalki. Kalki is prophesied to be born in the village of Shambhala to a devout Brahmin couple, Vishnuyasha and Sunti. Shambhala is described as a place of peace and purity, hidden from the turmoil of the outside world. Kalki's birth will be a divine event, heralded by celestial signs and omens, indicating the arrival of the Savior who will restore balance and justice. The early life of Kalki. As a child, Kalki will display extraordinary qualities and divine powers. His upbringing in Shambhala will be marked by rigorous training in scriptures, martial arts, and meditation. Under the guidance of wise sages, he will prepare for his divine mission to cleanse the world of its impurities and restore Dharma. Kalki's divine mission. Upon reaching adulthood, Kalki will embark on his mission to rid the world of evil and darkness. Riding his white horse, Devdatta, and wielding a sword as bright as a comet, he will travel across the earth, confronting and vanquishing the forces of adharma, unrighteousness. His arrival will be marked by great upheavals, as the forces of darkness and corruption face their doom. The Great Battle. The epic battle between Kalki and the forces of evil will be a decisive moment in the history of the world. It is foretold that he will fight against the leaders of adharma, who have plunged humanity into chaos and suffering. With his divine powers and unmatched prowess, Kalki will defeat these malevolent forces, bringing an end to their reign of terror. The restoration of Dharma. With the defeat of evil, Kalki will usher in a new era of peace and righteousness. He will reestablish the rule of Dharma, ensuring that justice and virtue prevail. This new age, the Satya Yuga, will be characterized by harmony, prosperity, and spiritual awakening. Humanity will once again live in accordance with the principles of truth, compassion, and righteousness. The symbolism of Kalki. Kalki's story is not just a prophecy, but a profound symbol of hope and renewal. It represents the eternal cycle of time, where even the darkest ages are followed by a return to light and virtue. Kalki's eventual arrival reminds us that no matter how dire the circumstances, righteousness will ultimately prevail, and a new dawn will rise. Lessons from Kalki's prophecy. The prophecy of Kalki carries several important lessons. 1. Hope and renewal. Even in the darkest times, there is always hope for a better future. Kalki's arrival symbolizes the inevitable return of light and goodness. 2. The importance of Dharma. Upholding righteousness and moral values is crucial for the well-being of society. The restoration of Dharma by Kalki highlights its enduring significance. 3. The cyclical nature of time. The yugas remind us that time is cyclical and each age, whether good or bad, will eventually pass. This understanding encourages patience and resilience. 4. Divine intervention. The divine will intervene when necessary to restore balance and order. This belief reassures us of a higher power guiding the cosmos. Conclusion. The tale of Kalki, the future savior, is a story of divine promise and ultimate justice. His prophesied arrival at the end of the Kali Yuga to restore Dharma and initiate a new golden age serves as a powerful reminder of the triumph of good over evil. As we conclude our journey through the epic sagas of Bharat, the story of Kalki leaves us with a message of hope and the assurance that righteousness will always prevail. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the 10 avatars of Vishnu in the epic sagas of Bharat. Each avatar's story teaches us valuable lessons about life, virtue, and the divine play of existence. Until we meet again, may these stories continue to inspire and guide you on your own path of Dharma.